Nancy Pelosi's latest trade. Well, yes, but I kind of fucked up and I want to make it right here in this video. I did promise in the previous video that I would go over a new trade that I initiated today, go over why I did that and how this could be a really good trade, but it could also go south just as easily. But like the last BP trade that went great, I brought that to you guys and I provided you guys the due diligence behind it in hopes that hopefully somebody, wants to learn how to trade options or wants to better their financial future in that way, but it is not financial advice. I must put that disclaimer in here because I'm going to show you my position and show you that it's a very small position in my overall portfolio. It's not something to go YOLO. It's not even 1% of my portfolio, but with these kind of trades, they can turn into a lot if you are correct, and I think there's a good logic there to go over nonetheless. And we are going to go over Nancy Pelosi's trade, as I just said, and we are also going to be going over a very interesting thing that is going on in Ukraine right now, and I think it's kind of cool. So let's get into it. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, as well as that if you guys want to come join the trading community, you like these kind of trades, you want to be a part of these kind of trades and many more, come check that out. Link down below in the pinned comment and get yourself those free stocks with Weeble, Moomoo, and Public down below in the description if you guys also want to support the channel and get yourself some free money. I don't know about you guys, but I love free money, and I'm actually on SoFi right now. It doesn't even matter. We're not even talking about AMC here in this video, but I do want to see what happened here in the after hours. Yeah, down about 0.38%, so nothing too crazy there. And I want to go over the other things first and then get into this trade because that's going to be the longer segment of this video. So just in from Unusual Whales, shout out Unusual Whales. Go ahead, follow me over on Twitter. I tweet a bunch of shit that is definitely not PG-13. That is definitely adult related content, so come check that out nonetheless. But it says Nancy Pelosi has a knack for tickers with stock splits. She bought long large Amazon $3,000 call options on or for May 21st, expiring June 17th. They're currently down. She previously did this Nvidia and recently Google. It says link for positions, and you guys can check all of this out for yourself. He makes it very easy to do. But that's Nancy Pelosi's latest trade. Amazon $3,000 calls for June. So if we do go ahead and look at that, I'm just curious. I want to see how much they are. I might trade it. I know somebody in the trading community today, actually not long ago, just yeah, talked about that, and look at that, the Pelosi effect kicking in very, very strong right now, up almost 7% here in after hours. So let's go to the June contracts. Let's go to the $3,000 strike, and I imagine they're trading for a couple thousand. Yeah, about $11,000. So that's a little crazy, but could be a good momentum trade here. Pelosi effect, wild, up 7%. That's a crazy move here in after hours. What are the futures doing right now? What are the futures doing? Nothing. Yeah, futures up just a little bit. Oil up 0.5%. Brent, yeah, still has not came in, but oil up a little bit. That's another very interesting thing is we had a huge down day in oil. I do think we are going to recover. I think that was really the shakeout that we have been waiting for. But nonetheless, come join us on the live stream. We will talk about all of this and much more. And the other thing that I did want to just go over with you guys is one of the world's deadliest snipers who fought in Afghanistan and Iraq arrives in Ukraine from Canada after answering Zelensky's plea for foreign fighters. This guy, his name's Wally. He I've seen a lot about him. I believe there's a movie about him. I'm not exactly sure what the movie is, but or what it's called, or I would let you know. This guy, he holds the record for the longest kill shot ever. It was more than 2 miles away, 3,450 meters away. That's insane. That's like 10,000 feet away. That's just nuts. That's ridiculous. But Nonetheless, I thought that was pretty interesting. Just Google search it and you can read the whole thing here about the foreign fighters. And he's actually a computer programmer, which kind of interesting. Doesn't really help you as far as investing is concerned, but I definitely wanted to bring that to you guys. So with all of that fun stuff out of the way, let's get down to business and let's talk about this trade, what it is and why I made it. So the trade is Next Gen Energy, and this is a uranium energy producer, a miner in Canada, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different properties for this. They're rated a 100% buy with 9 analyst ratings. Not too important, does not matter. I bought an April 14th $8 call. I bought 10 of them for $15 a piece, so $150. For context here, my portfolio is almost $30,000. It's came down a lot recently. It was a lot higher, but nevertheless, it's like half of a percent of my portfolio. So that's kind of the ratio. You guys should look at this. A small amount could turn into a large amount. Then again, it's not financial advice and there is no guarantees with this. You could lose all of your money. And the way that I go into it is I will probably lose all, if not half of my money making this trade. But there is that chance that $150 could turn into $2,000. $4,000, $5,000, and the risk to reward looks very nice here because of a couple key things. First and foremost, this can move quite aggressively, and it has moved quite aggressively, but we're not at those peaks that we were even November 8th when the stock peaked out as far as the last year is concerned at $6.41 per share. We are still a little bit off of that, about 70 cents, 50, 60, 70 cents from that. Give or take whenever you guys are seeing this video. It has moved up even more in after hours since I did make the video earlier. But nonetheless, you might be good with shares on this. You might be good with options, but it's not financial advice. Now, the reason why I am actually looking to make this trade, and we'll get into the Ortex data around this, and really why I like this trade, because there's multiple reasons why I like this trade. And it's simply this. So it said, U.S. President Joe Biden's ban on American imports of Russian oil and other energy products announced on Tuesday does not include a ban on imports of uranium for nuclear power plants, a source familiar with the matter says. The U.S. power industry relies on Russia and its allies Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan for roughly half of the uranium powering its nuclear power plants. The industry has been lobbying the White House to continue to allow uranium imports from Russia despite Moscow's invasion of neighboring Ukraine. So it was not sanctioned. Take a look at this. It says U.S. weighs sanctions on Russian uranium supplier Rosatom. It says the Biden administration is considering imposing sanctions on Russia's state-owned atomic energy company, Rosatom Corp. This is state-owned, so this is Russian-owned. It says a major supplier of fuel and technology to power plants across the world, according to people familiar with the matter. No final decision has been made, and the White House is consulting with the nuclear power industry about the potential impact, said the people who were granted anonymity to discuss private deliberations. So it's kind of a rumor at this point, and some of these stocks did start to rally off of this. It is not confirmed yet, but this is probably going to happen. It is a Russian-owned nuclear uranium provider. It's probably going to happen. But why I specifically like this trade is because, one, they are a bigger company. They're almost a $3 billion market cap company, and it's right here. You also have the 1348 crossover that happened right here, which I like that trading style, but, so it doesn't always work. But the biggest reason why I like this trade is because how uncrowded it is. That's why I bought Mullen Automotives at 70 cents per share, because it was a very uncrowded trade. Nobody was talking about it at the time. So when you can get into it before everybody else, that's where most of the money is actually made. Like you guys can see right here, still up 65%, even after today, after the couple of days we've had, the bad days for Mullen. Some good days, but nonetheless, you get into it before anybody else does, and that's where you make all of the money. And that's really why I'm so bullish on this, with all of the other things that we're talking about here in this video. And you can see just how uncrowded this is by the short interest. The short interest is only 2%, with 8.53% utilization and a cost to borrow of less than 0.5%. So this is really telling you that there is very little interest in this stock. But wait and see, if this does get fully approved, the sanction, you will see a lot of money flowing into uranium companies, as you have seen for oil companies, for wheat, for a lot of different things, right? Even fertilizer companies have been getting shorted into the ground. Because why? It's a heavily concentrated trade. There's a lot of activity around that trade, and there's actual sanctions put in place. There's a reason to go long or short whatever stock you are, talking about, whether it's wheat, whether it's oil companies, or gold, or anything else. There was a reason to. Wasn't really a reason to before to go long on uranium until today. And you did see about a 7% move here in regular trading, about a 2.27% move in after hours. But I think this could only be the start if we actually do see that sanction come into effect, which will likely happen. So that is, in short summary, why I like this trade, why I wanted to bring this to you guys, as well as a couple other quite interesting things as well. So thank you guys for watching. My daughter just woke up. I gotta wrap up this video. I will see you guys later on tonight on the live stream. But in the meantime, if you guys want access to all of these trades, many more, check out the link down below in the pinned comment and get yourself those free stocks. Links down below in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.